Duke fans, we're back here with the Brotherhood podcast, episode 15 today. It is Wednesday today. We're here with the three captains named this past week. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Jeremy, congratulations. Congratulations. Jeremy back, two-time captain now. Tyrese, captain as a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, myself, captain as sixth year. So excited here to talk to you guys today, just talk shop about what it means to you guys to be named captain, what we're going to need out of this group this upcoming year, and then all the above, just give a little bit of an update on where the team's at, what we've been doing, and then we'll finish with some captain trivia for you guys. You guys are going to go head-to-head today. So a lot on the line here. But just to start, let's recap. We're 1 week in, all returners here, so we all know what it feels like to be a week into practice. Jeremy and I have been a part of a lot of preseasons, but this is your second race. How was the first week for you guys?
It was great. I mean, putting in a lot of work. I mean, putting in some defensive concepts, some offensive concepts. I think the freshmen are picking it up pretty easy. Still learning. I mean, obviously they got to get over the freshman curve, get over that hump, but I feel like with the returning guys that we have, it's a good group of guys that can kind of show the freshmen the ways and lead us in the right direction.
Yeah, I think we've had a good start. Obviously not perfect or anything like that, but I feel like we're on the same page and all have the mindset of winning and we've had a good start first week.
Yeah, Coach Shire mentioned that. I mean, the first week there's going to be a lot of the attention to detail isn't where it needs to be that first game of the year, but it seems like all of our dudes are coming in, especially the young guys, just coming in and giving everything you got. That intensity has to
I think
be
our
there.
intensity has been really good as well. I think everyone's been giving a lot of effort, and our practices have been more physical than they have been before.
About that first scrimmage, 5-on-5. That was
a good scrimmage. It was a good scrimmage. Good to see. Good to see us go up and down. I mean, different lineups in a 5-on-5 setting. Just
with the refs.
With the refs too, and kind of the importance of every possession matters and the attention to detail. How you said, just kind of knowing that every possession matters, every stop matters, every block out matters, and I mean, technically, if you do that, you'll probably put yourself in a good chance to win. So.
You're able to see. It's always funny when we have refs come for the first time, especially specifically for young guys that don't know quite yet, but everybody, like the summer and like those first practices, and I'm probably the biggest culprit of it. Like, I'm out there just
traveling.
Well, all right, man.
I don't want to bash ACC refs, but I don't know if they'll ref like that in season. I feel like it'll be a little different. I feel like they're
trying to think like they're gonna call. They're working. I mean, they're working on their game.
They're working. They're definitely working on their game, but I feel like they'll kind of let us play a little bit more physical.
They only had one bad call.
Yeah, they did do a pretty good job, but I feel like they'll probably let us play a little bit more physical.
But it's hilarious when they come in and like you just see everybody like that's a foul. Like that's consistently the question, and it's because like the coaches want like you guys playing like us playing like super hard in the summer, playing physical. So like in my 6th year, I feel like I know what an actual foul is, but like through the preseason, I'm out there just like I'm racking up like
sometimes.
10 fouls in practice. Pretty
I mean, you have to though. You have to, because it's like that's how you're gonna get physical and get everyone ready for the season. Like freshmen don't know what they're in for necessarily, so it's gonna be the first impressions, and if everyone's sort of soft and not bumping them around,
and the rest got to get adjusted to calling whatever. I mean, got to get adjusted to the teams, how they play and stuff like that. So they'll get better as the year goes. But I mean, I love the ACC refs. Shout out to ACC refs.
Yeah, I feel like I was able to see two different conferences. Jeremy, you've been in the ACC, so you know it's like refed. Did you see a lot of differences coming over from Australia and like reffing? I feel like you weren't like that. You weren't called for many like.
Is Australia even that physical out there?
Yeah, we are physical.
I don't know.
No, I don't see a huge difference. I mean, there's obviously like a couple of rules and stuff like that you have to adapt to, but reffing wise, I don't think so. I think they let more go in FIBA than they do in like at the World Cup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Than they do in college and in the NBA. But I don't think it's that big of a difference.
We had Grant Hill in here last week, and he was talking about obviously like the FIBA game. Do you think Americans are at a disadvantage when they first go over there and try and adjust to that style? Because most other countries are used to playing that FIBA rule.
Yeah, I feel like, and with the like FIBA thing, USA is probably like one of the only teams that don't have like a group that consistently is together. Like I feel like like we know like our main guys, and like where you guys have so many different players that like some can be in, some can be out. Like you don't have the actual like main group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, but your Paris team's gonna be.
I mean, I can speak on my experiences playing in Argentina U16, U17. I mean, it was very physical for real. I mean, the different rules, like you can knock the ball off the rim, the traveling rules and stuff like that. So I feel like we're at a little disadvantage. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think USA has the best players in the world. So you know how that goes.
Yeah, who was that? Did you see the track runner that came out a few weeks ago? He was
I
just
cannot
honored
speak
at
on that.
He was just honored at a football. Can you speak on it?
I cannot speak on that.
Oh, okay. He was just at an NFL game, like they honored him. I assume he didn't want to go to an NBA game after what he said.
Yeah, I don't think he's welcome at an NBA game right now. But
What are your thoughts on it?
yeah,
Do you think they're considered world champions?
I mean, it's definitely a little arrogant to call themselves that, but it seems like there'd be a lot of. I mean, you're from Australia. Like, do you?
I do not speak on this topic.
I mean, so say they put the best NBA players out there. Are they competing with? You know what I'm saying? Are they competing against overseas? Like, how's that going? How do you think that's going? Just, I need your opinion on that.
I will not speak on this topic.
Let's speak on this topic. Well, I'll put my input in there. I
Okay.
think we're killing. If we put our best product out there, like we play FC Barcelona, Spain.
Is FC Barcelona going to beat
like,
the
come
Denver
on, bro.
Nuggets?
I will not speak on this topic.
All right, let's move into talking about being named captain and everything that comes with that. Jeremy, if I could start with you, obviously a second-year captain, so can you just talk about what it means to come back this year? Obviously, I'm sure it's a big part for you is coming back and being able to continue to be a leader and mentor young guys and be a focal point of this team, but just talk about what it means.
I mean, it's an honor, it's a privilege. I mean, being nominated captain my first year, sole captain last year was definitely big time. But now my second year being captain with y'all too, I mean, it's great. It makes my job even more easier. But I mean, just being captain, you just come in, got to lead these young guys, motivate these young guys, and just set the example every day. Like, because they're looking at you. We have the experience, we have all the game, we have the keys. So like, I mean, they're gonna lean on you a lot. So we just got to make sure we put them in the right positions to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. Reese, I'll throw it over to you. Same question.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm honored to be captain as a sophomore. I think it's going to be a good challenge for all of us, just using our different leadership styles and stuff like that to help everyone. I think it's good that we have all three of us as well, just being able to, obviously Joan's been here 4 years. You've been to different places. I've had different experiences overseas. But I feel like we've all led at some point in our life and we know what's accepted and what's not accepted and just different ways of getting messages across and stuff like that. So I'm excited and yeah, I'm honored.
How do you feel about being captain? I mean, at a school like Duke, I mean, how do you feel about that?
It's exciting. It's something I take a lot of pride in. It's I will say it's somewhat easy being a sixth year amongst a group of mostly 18, 19-year-olds to be a leader, but it's something that like heavily impacted me when I was younger. I redshirted my freshman year, and just that's a weird thing to do, to come out of high school. Like you guys both came out of high school, you're the best player in your area. You're whatever. You're coming with an ego, and to be told, not to be told, but to realize quickly that I'm not even good enough to help this team on the court in my first year. I remember struggling with it a lot, but throughout like being a younger player at Northwestern, just heavily relied on the leaders and the older guys in the team. So I don't think I'd be the person I am or the player I am today without a lot of leadership and mentorship from older guys. So in my mind, it's an aspect of paying it forward to those dudes, just with the impact it had on my life. It'd be incredible to be that for somebody else and help mold somebody's story. But outside of that, I feel like I've also just seen how impactful leadership can be in teams and programs, and you guys have seen it as well, just playing as long as you have. Like, talent only takes you so far, and it's a cliche. You've heard, I feel like we've heard a million people say it, but it
That's
matters.
true.
Like
Yeah.
it makes a difference. So
For sure.
it's I'm excited about it. Jerm, I'll ask you as I have some advice questions. As you're a returner and Reese and I will be first time captains here. How do you handle? You mentioned it when you first responded to that question about people leaning on you, but how do you handle that expectation, that added pressure? It's not just going out there and being a great player. It's all that comes with being a captain.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's like any pressure or anything like that because, I mean, we know we've been in college, we know what to expect. So, I mean, it's just really just go out there and show the young guys what the example is, and we got to set a good example. I mean, you can't come and have up and down days. You got to just kind of be level headed and, show them right from wrong. I mean, I wouldn't say there's really any pressure. I mean, when stuff goes bad, they're probably gonna look to you and be like, yo, you need to do this and that. Like you're not leading the team, you're not doing this right. But I mean, that's expected as a captain. Like you got to know what comes with being a captain. But I mean, I'm all in for that. I know y'all all in for that. So I mean, it's just pretty straightforward for real.
Yeah. And the other advice question I had was just around balancing the being a captain and maintaining the highest level of play you can. Obviously, it's not moving away from the pressure aspect of it, but just that much more of a responsibility is something that's constantly on your mind. You're thinking about, you're trying to figure out, what to do in certain situations. Mm-hmm. There's potential for it to take away from just you working on your game and making sure you're the best player you can be.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have an even balance. I mean, making sure that young guys are doing what's right, even the returning guys making sure they're doing what's right. But I mean, at the same time, our experiences can kind of speak for itself. Like we've been through it, so like that's why I mean we've all been named captains and stuff like that. So kind of having an even balance with it, knowing when to lead, knowing when not. Like you can kind of yell at some guys like different than others. Like you can't get on certain guys like at a certain way. But I mean, at the same time, you still got to focus on yourself too and make sure that you're doing the example. And if you're kind of focused on yourself and making sure that you're at the highest level that you can be, then I mean, that's enough leading right there. So,
It's good advice. You're listening to that, Reese?
That was well said.
How about Reese? You mentioned on this the different leadership types. I was going to ask you both, kind of when you think about what your role is as a leader, how you would talk about your leadership style.
I think I'm a little bit of couple of things. I feel like I'm a lead by example type of guy. I feel like different pathways that I've gone, people look at me not just on the court but off the court as well. I know my parents have spoken to me about that as well. But just being one of the guys that is like the face of a program and obviously a captain, like people are going to be watching you everywhere. So like, you might go out to eat, people will know. You know what I'm saying? So. Just the off the court aspect as well, and but on court, I think I lead by example. I become more vocal, and I can get on guys when I need to get on guys. So there's probably my two leadership styles, I guess. Yeah.
German leadership style.
I'm saying. I mean, I'm saying I'm not really that rah guy who's going really like I'm kind of even killed, but like when something needs to be said, I'm gonna say it for sure. Like. Someone's doing something wrong, someone's out of position, I'm gonna say it, but like I'm not really that guy that's gonna be just yelling for no reason and stuff like that, they yelling in the air, stuff like that. I'm not that type of guy. I lead by example, especially what Reese said, like just making sure leading off the court too. That's a big thing for us three as captains. I mean, making sure the young guys are doing the right thing, make sure anybody else on the team is doing the right things, team bonding, stuff like that, making sure everybody, the camaraderie on the team is good where it needs to be at. So
yeah. It's funny you mention that. I feel like, as you said that, I realized I am the rah-rah guy.
Yeah, you are.
Of this group. I wasn't really always that. I always talked a lot, but last year, I remember...
It was Derek.
It was Derek. But, like, screaming in the locker room before games, that was never really my thing, and then I realized...
Like, you did scream a lot.
Yeah. But because I realized after that first game, it was like, it's pretty quiet in the locker room, because a lot of us are just naturally, like, not... Like, we didn't have
it was such a new team, like, Like a lot of people didn't know what to expect for real. They didn't know if they could really yell like that or not. Like so, it was definitely.
Did you do it? When was the first game you did it? You just started yelling before.
I remember the first game. Like
was it Houston?
I think it was exhibition.
I don't think it was
Maybe.
Houston.
No, I think Houston was probably one of those things. It was just so many young guys, so many different guys. Like we'd come in the locker room and it'd just be like pretty quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet.
I'd be like, oh, this is somebody needs to like. I started screaming
randomly
before the game started in the locker room. But yeah, I'd say outside of that, I guess for me, leadership style, you guys talked about it, but learning and approaching how to respond to guys and
Yeah.
get our guys, like, I think feedback is such a huge component in understanding how to get the best out of each individual guy because players are different, personalities are different. But I think, as you guys know, I'm sure a ton of feedback, the way feedback is received, you know, the way that people listen to information,
So
a ton of
different.
it occurs before feedback is given, though. If you can establish a relationship with a teammate where they know what you want is the best for them, and, you know, I guess teammates of ours as captains, when they hear us say something, it needs to be known before anything is said, whether it's good or bad, that, you know, we care about them, and we want what's best out of them for the team and for them individually. Then it doesn't really matter what's said
Yeah.
because they know that you can trust that,
No hard
you know,
feelings.
what we're saying to them or what anybody's saying to anybody is coming from the right place.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's move into motivating. Jeremy, this will I guess be targeted to you first, just because you're a returning captain. How about motivating teammates during challenging times or during tough losses? Obviously, this past season we had a couple stretches and some bad losses. What's going through your mind in that time to step up and be the leader that we needed?
Just to really harp on him, like, it's a long season. Like, nobody's really, like, if you lose early in December, like, bro, we have 25 more games, like, not even to ACC play. So it's like, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it might feel like the end of the world, but it's really not. Like, it's a long season. By the time you start winning in January, February, like, nobody's really gonna remember that one loss that you had in December. So just kind of make sure they stay level headed and not, like, sink down in the dumps. Make sure their confidence stays high, because you can lose confidence real quick. You lose a couple games and stuff like that. People start saying whatever they say on social media, or people calling you and stuff like that. So you can lose confidence quick. But I mean, just kind of make them stay level headed and know that everything's gonna be straight, and just stay on your grind, stay the course, keep working, don't ever stop working, and everything's gonna be good.
Yeah. And Reese, not technically a captain last year, but obviously a leader on the team. How about your approach during challenging, difficult times?
I think I just don't want to. I want to form a team where it's not like we ride the wave. Like, shit's going well, we're up top of the moon. Shit's going bad, where everyone's, you know what I'm saying, pointing the finger and stuff like that. So I think just being consistent all year, like Jerm said, and being level headed is the most important thing. You know, we're gonna have. I pray to God we don't lose a game, but like we're probably gonna have a tough game that we're gonna have to dig deep and come together. And I feel like that's the time where we really need to step up and sort of just let guys know, like, it is a long season, but we want to win every possession, every game we can, and just staying level headed, like Jerm said, is the most important thing.
Yeah. How do you guys view, as I talk about Jerm coming back, but Tyrese new captain here? How about any leaders or captains you've learned from in the past, or is anybody that you've really had a positive impact, whether it's a teammate? I mean, all of us have played for teams for a long time. Teammates that you kind of draw inspiration from or look back and try and emulate what they did to have the same impact on this team.
So I'm like high school, or
I mean, anybody.
I remember as a freshman in my high school year, a guy named Aaron Thompson. He was like always getting on you, like making sure that you're doing the right things. But he was always setting the example by playing hard, always consistent, always came in with a good attitude and stuff like that. But that's kind of how I kind of first got the leadership role from, and I transitioned to Duke. I mean, we got guys like Jordan Goldwire, Joey Baker, Wendell Moore, Matt Hurt, even like the walk-ons, Michael Savarino, just showing me the ways and showing me how to lead and stuff like that. And I think that was just big time for me to kind of learn from those guys, and that's why I'm in the position where I am right now.
Yeah, Bruce.
I had guys at the academy, because there was like 30 some kids all at one institution. So we had it was like this tie, like a leadership tie, and you were the so-called like leader of the program. But you had like different groups, like older guys. So a bunch of those guys back there that I looked, you know what I'm saying, like looked up to and tried to impact the kids that when they ended up leaving, I was one of them and tried to impact the kids coming in. But I think before coming to Duke in the summer, we had a training camp in Melbourne, and Delhi was there, Matthew Dellavedova, and he was one of the leaders on that team, and just sort of looking at and seeing what he does on the court was really cool. And that was my first time like being with him on a team. So just seeing the way he goes about certain things, he can get on guys when he needs to, but he also does other things that get the best out of players, and I found that really cool.
Yeah, I assume Deladova is a pretty good leader to learn from.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's big time.
What about you?
Yeah, I guess for me, I'll go back to my time at Northwestern. Like I said, that first redshirt year was tough for me. I was just undersized. You guys know I was somewhat under athletic for a
Not
Power
anymore.
5.
It bounces
not
back.
anymore.
Yeah, it bounces
Not
back.
anymore.
40-inch vert right here. Oh, my bad.
I mean,
Wrong
you
camera.
saw it on the
Yeah.
lob. I think they put it on IG.
Yeah, people don't seem to know that.
I think his head was at the
making
rim.
the creative team edited that. Everybody seems to be fooled.
Wow.
Yeah, for me it goes right back to that. Like I said, that was just like a different year for me. Learning how to deal with that, and I just appreciated the dynamic that the leaders had on that team. And one of them was captain was a senior big that just came in every day and really just beat the shit out of me in practice. Like I couldn't stop him from scoring, and if I touched the ball, like I couldn't even really get a shot off against him. His name was Derek Pardon, and it was just like brutal. But the way that he was able to do that during practice and show me like how hard and physical you need to play, and then right after practice was like
Best friends.
one of my closest friends on
Yeah.
the team, like incredible mentor. I remember during it, maybe I didn't realize as much as I do now, but looking back, like just how crazy positive an impact it had on me. So trying to emulate that is a big deal. And one of the things that those guys did very well was try and get the most out of the guys around them in terms of leadership. So like we used to have like there was another leader, as captain on that team, that if he was going through something, he was struggling, he'd like pick out a freshman or sophomore during practice, say like, I need you to like have my back today. I need you to like be in my ear, like catch me if I'm doing anything wrong. I remember like hearing that as a freshman from a senior is like wakes you up right away.
Yeah.
And that is a quick and easy way like that I took note of quickly to get yourself going and to get like engagement from the rest of the team and kind of bring out the best leadership qualities in everybody, because as we've talked about, like it's incredible to be named captain, but to get to where we want to go, like we need everybody leading.
I feel like we have that as well, just because of the position we like us as freshmen were in last year. Like guys like Flip and Mark and Jaden and stuff like that. Even Boogie being here for a while,
yeah,
like
absolutely.
they sort of know the expectation, and we like as freshmen had to grow up quick last year. So I think that's just going to help the position that we're going to be in this year.
Another question I wanted to pose, and Jeremy touched on it with like the effects of social media, but in a ever-changing college landscape with NIL, transfer portal, here obviously we have guys with such high aspirations to get to where they want to be just the next year and years after. Social media, so many different factors that can seep into a program. You see it every year with different college teams that have the talent but can't put it together for whatever. Maybe it's one of those reasons. Maybe it's off the court. How do you keep that from happening in a team?
Everybody's got to have that one vision. I mean, that's been Shari's motto for the past 2 years, and everybody has that one vision. It doesn't matter what a dude says, what criticism he says. Oh, he should do this. What the coach should do that. Like everybody's getting criticized too. LeBron James is the GOAT. The GOAT. He's still getting criticized. So
Debatable.
nah. I mean, like everybody's getting criticized nowadays. Like, I mean, so like it's nothing personal. Like for me now, I've been through it for 4 years, especially at a prominent school like Duke. I mean, you got fans saying whatever they want to say, but you just got to stay level-headed and not even worry about it. Because I mean, the best get criticized. You can be doing such good things in the world, and you're still gonna get criticized for something. So
Yeah.
just kind of harping on the young dudes like that. Like, just don't worry about that. If you have an up and down game, like it doesn't matter what the dude on social media says. It just matters what the 15 dudes in the locker room and the coaching staff think, and let the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah. And so much of that is set in the foundation now.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get tested. We're not going to get tested in October, and even the first few weeks of the year, you can hit adversity, but you never know when it's really going to happen.
Yeah.
And so much of how you react in the moment, how a team can hopefully stay bonded together It's months and months of work going into that, and players trusting each other and believing in each other.
Yeah.
Reese, do you have any thoughts?
I was gonna say sort of what Jerm said. Just the magnitude of how big Duke is. It's gonna come with those guys at the laptops on Twitter, like just saying anything they want. So just really trusting the 15 guys in the locker room, the coaching staff, and all the people that your family at Duke. I think that's just the most important thing.
Yeah. Also, if you're not a hooper, I don't respect your opinion for real. I ain't gonna lie. I just had to throw that out there. My bad. Cut that out if you need to.
Yeah. All right, moving away from the captain stuff somewhat, but still in a lens of an older leader on the team. Where do we need to get in these next few weeks of practice? We've all been through a college basketball season, some significantly more than others, but we all here realize how important these couple weeks are in terms of individually, but mostly just coming together as a group and learning, how we're going to play and what our identity is going to be. Where do you guys see the most important things coming up in these next few weeks before we have our season opener?
I think one of the most important things would be just staying together. Like, we need to keep adapting stuff that we learn quicker and carry over into drills or the next day or, the next week, and not having to backtrack or anything like that, because, like, the season goes quick and we need to keep learning, but, keep adapting to what we're being taught. And I think we're doing a good job. It just could be a bit better. But for the most part, I think we've had a really good summer. We've had a really good fall. Like, first week of practice has been really good. And I think it's showing. It's starting to show now. Like, you can see while watching film or just in the game, like in the moment, you feel we're starting to get better every day. And, chemistry is going to come just by playing with each other more and more. But I think that's just the biggest thing, just taking what we're learning and keep adapting it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, everything you said is spot on, but I think the biggest thing is just not getting too, big-headed. Like, we see that we're top 2 or whatever we are, the rankings don't really matter, but seeing that where we are in the rankings, like, you can kind of get complacent. It's not really getting complacent, just coming in every day hungry, having that edge, making everybody better every day, and just and us 3 leading, like, that's going to be the biggest thing. I mean, everybody's going to follow our lead, just making sure we come in and set the example every day. And I think we'll have a great start to the season and a great season for sure.
Yeah. I was pretty much going to say the same exact thing you were going to say. And the uniqueness of it is that last year that really wasn't something we had to worry about. Whether it's, it just wasn't something that really, like...
I feel like because everyone was in the unknown.
Yeah, new. Like, we weren't, it's so much uncertainty with Coach Sire first year. We had so many different, we were really our only returner that played significant minutes. All of that, it wasn't, staying. We felt like we more had something to prove.
Yeah.
So this year that'll be a different challenge, and obviously it's something that's very real because you see teams every year that have trouble staying chippy, and keeping that, not
Edge.
getting big-headed, like you said. That edge. All right, last question. Countdown coming up in 3 weeks now? Have you guys given it thought?
No idea. That'll be a couple days before.
I might, I might hop on the mic. Y'all heard me in the
Really?
Y'all heard me in the last 9th podcast. Best rapper that he's ever seen. Well, I actually haven't rapped for him, but I'm gonna show him in a couple.
You said you? I thought you said.
He said
Bagley.
Marvin Bagley, but
Yeah.
at the end of the podcast, I said I think I got him. So Reese to see my rap skills.
Here you go, a little something.
Yeah. So I mean, I might hop on my own beat. You know what I'm saying? Whoever needs some beats out there too, hit me up too.
You guys have any ideas for me? I'm pretty nervous again.
What did you do last year?
I just did the Year 3000 by the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, yeah, you
Double
did
peace
the-
signs.
The Theo John.
I got some songs for you. I got some Duke favorites for you. I got you.
Really?
I got you.
Right? Preferably one I don't have to dance for. I'll just run out.
you
Are you
might-
going last?
Yeah, I'm going last. I'm gonna bring the mob.
That's
out
fine,
again.
actually.
Bring the mob out again. Yeah.
It takes a lot of pressure off you. In terms of, like, you don't really
I
have
know,
to
'cause it just
dance.
has to be a-
Yeah, you just...
It-
I
I mean,
bring
it has to be,
everybody
if you're going to be rapping on it, it has to be good because that's the last
All
song.
right.
You
All
have to go out with a bang, you know what I'm saying?
It will be a banger. Don't worry about that. I'm always
All
gonna. This will be a banger.
You did a little EDM last year, yeah.
I might do EDM again. I might. You know what I'm saying? I might have to do a crowd favorite for this one. If y'all got any suggestions, let me know. But the rapping is the rapping right now is on my top of the list. So I got you with the ideas. What about you?
I've got no idea.
What about an Australian
You think?
song?
Yeah, I was about to say. What do you think about the
I
Australian?
might bring. I didn't bring one
I
out
can't
last
name a
year.
single Australian
I
song.
might. But yeah, I don't know.
What rappers are
We'll
from
see.
Australia?
What rappers?
Yeah.
1-4. Y'all boys don't know about them.
1-4, send them a song, unreleased.
All right, let's get into some trivia. You guys are going head to head, so grab that board, John.
Yikes.
I was gonna write this down,
Thanks, Nolan.
and it's of course gonna be Captain Trivia here. Since 1980,
1980.
most. I mean,
I'm
there's
just
some
gonna
recent
name all the
questions.
prominent players that played.
You're gonna have okay. So you're just gonna write it down, and then I'll ask you what you wrote down. Okay. Here we go. Number one. There have been 5 sophomore captains at Duke, outside of Tyrese. Name one of them.
I got a bad marker.
Outside of Duke.
Can I get a new marker, please?
Do we have another marker in here?
I can just say this one.
Jerem's got a bad marker too. He hasn't written anything down yet.
Can I get a hint? Like, is it in? It's in this.
There's a recent one. Yeah,
There's
there's
recent, okay.
there's a recent one that you definitely know.
Okay.
I'm thinking like, was it on the?
I don't even know if he was captain, but I gotta say this.
I
feel like
it
I feel
was-
like he was captain.
I think
but
it was.
All right, you got 5 seconds.
I'm ready.
Yeah, give me your answer, Reese.
Grayson Allen.
It's incorrect. Your answer?
Trey Jones.
Trey Jones is correct.
Damn, I thought Grayson was
Um,
junior or senior. He was his senior.
He was a
year.
senior. Yeah.
But was he
He's
his
good.
junior year as well?
because he had that freshman breakout. So
Yeah, that's how. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, the other answers: Tyrese Proctor, Trey Jones, Greg Paulus, Josh McRoberts, and Rodney Hood.
Rodney.
Jerem, 1 point on the board. Number
Good job,
2.
buddy.
There have been 16 two-time captains at Duke. Obviously, Jeremy's one of them. Name 2 outside of Jeremy.
You said 2.
Yeah, 2 of potentially 15 captains.
Huh? What's the question?
There are 16 total people that have been named captain twice.
Twice.
at Duke.
Okay.
Jeremy's one of them. You need to name 2 others.
Was Grayson the junior year?
This is easier than you think.
Bro. All right, I got mine. I think.
I got 1.
5 more seconds, Reese, to think of another.
I'm just gonna have to go here.
Reese, you think one more?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are your 2?
I want to hear his first.
Nah, I said
He
five.
wrote his down. You don't have any
I-
right
I-
down, so you got to go.
I have.
Okay, Jeremy, what are your 2?
I got Joey B. Was he? Two?
I don't have Joey Baker.
Ah, all right.
What are your other one?
Grayson.
Also
Incorrect.
incorrect. You
I
have
got
2?
Emil and Shire.
Emil and Shire is correct. So that'll be 1 point. These are the possible answers. There's a lot.
What are the possible answers?
Jeff Capel, Trajan Langdon, Nate James, Shane Battier, Nick Horvath, Chris Duhon, Daniel Ewing, JJ Reddick, Greg Paulus, DeMarcus Nelson, Shire, Emil Jefferson, Matt Jones, Javin
So
Delorier,
what?
Jack White.
Oh, geez.
And-
Oh my! I was gonna say Jack instead of Joey, but
I thought he was just 1 year. I thought he was just.
Lastly, Mr. Jeremy Roach. So 1-1 here. Number 3. Who is the only
You
3-year
got a new
captain
marker?
in Duke basketball history?
3 year.
3 years.
3-year captain.
3?
There's only one.
Wait, can we get a time period
Yeah.
at least?
After 2010.
Ah, thanks.
You guys both have to write this one down.
2010.
Not after 2010. So more.
That was
Something to write
quick.
down? 10 more seconds to write something down.
Been in college for like 7 years. Shout out to this my guy too.
I don't know.
5 seconds. Write something down.
I don't know.
All right, well he doesn't get a point for
I'm
Answer
this.
for me?
disqualified. Yeah.
I got a meal.
Emil Jefferson.
Oh.
Yeah.
The one and only.
He's been in college for like 8 years. My bad, Mel. My fault.
It's not hate on guys that have stuck in college.
I was gonna.
I've been there pretty long. Shit. Been in the game a long
How
time.
long was he here?
He was
6
fifth year,
years.
I think.
No, fifth. Five? All right, my bad, Emil.
Yeah, so let's really
Yeah.
not. Let's take it easy on the 5-year plus guys.
Yeah, you what 6?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
somewhere around there. It's not
could you have a
really-
7?
No.
No.
I don't know. I hope not. My body can't. It's 7 years of college. Jeremy, 2-1 here.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4. Name one of the captains of the 2015 national championship team. Bonus points if you can name both.
Well,
Who's the second one? What did you say before?
So 2 potential points on the board here. Score update is Jeremy 2, Tyrese 1.
You said 2015.
Yes.
Neil and which Jones brother was it? Who'd you say before? Trey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trey was older. Sorry, Trey was young.
2015. What was Grace? What year was he?
I got
What
you.
year was Grayson?
Can't get off of this Grayson.
Bro, I got you.
You got 10 seconds, Reese.
God damn.
Yeah.
You should obviously have 1 point.
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's disqualified.
No, I'm not. I have one.
All right, you got 5 more seconds.
Was he in the starting lineup?
Bro, you can't go. Bro, you can't go that far. Come on, bro.
I got one. I just got a meal.
Okay.
I just got a
You got a meal? That's
Yeah.
correct. You got
Emil
that.
and Matt Jones.
No.
Oh,
Emil and Quinn Cook.
Damn. How did I forget Quinn?
Okay.
This is bad.
This is 3-2 now. Jeremy versus Tyrese. Final question again. Same question is posed, and an opportunity for bonus points here. Name one of the captains of the 2010 national championship team. Bonus points if you can name them both. Reese, you need the double to win or to
Bro.
tie.
I got one, obviously.
how many was it? 2?
2.
I don't know.
Should be safe to at least win, Jeremy. Head to head.
Yeah, I'm gonna win head to head. But I feel like I know the last answer. But I don't know if he was
2010.
captain this year though.
I can give you the position if that helps.
Uh huh.
Power forward.
Oh,
Is that correct, Noah? Okay.
um,
Just making sure. 10 seconds for both of you.
I don't even know if he played.
Reese, it
I'm
doesn't
pretty
seem
sure
like
he
you're
played on
gonna,
the
you're gonna
team.
get it.
Nah.
All right, I take it you both have Shire down,
Yeah.
correct?
Is it Singler?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Lance Thomas.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have got that one.
That's a 4-3 victory for Jeremy, but
Congratulations, buddy.
pretty good performances here.
I should have won 5. I don't know how. My bad, Quinn. I
No,
was
my
even
bad,
thinking-
Emil.
I have
Quinn
one
from the
horrible.
town.
Yeah.
Disrespectful out of you, Jeremy.
DMV.
Be all right.
The DMV. All right, well, both of you, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate
Again,
you.
we're always trying to give back to the fans here, so provide them a little bit more perspective on what it means to be a captain and talk about what's going to be important for us this year. So excited to move into it with you both.
Excited.
So,
All right.
thank you, Mr. Ryan.